șeful de casino.
And they didn't have an interpreter.
Nasazul de interpretos.
And the brother couldn't understand my English.
Правил n-a știa felul ăla să le scrie anglicistina.
So I ended up saying, Hallelujah! Hallelujah!
Hallelujah!
Let's pray for the sick. And God moved in power. So my brother Peter is doing very well. Give him a hand clap. Can I ask you, do you have the testimony of Jesus? When you have a testimony inside of you, you carry it everywhere you go. You're always ready to tell people what Jesus has done for you. He says, Jesus told the disciples to wait in Jerusalem until they receive power from on high. You see, when you have the Holy Spirit, you have power. It's not your power. It's His power.
Amen.
He promised us in Acts chapter 1 and verse 8. After the Holy Spirit has come upon you, you will receive power and speak in tongues. Yes, you might speak in tongues, but that's not what he said. He said you will receive power and you will be witnesses unto me. Apostle Paul said, I speak in tongues more than you all. I want to tell you something. The day I was born again, God filled me with the Holy Spirit. But I didn't speak in tongues. And the pastor and everybody else in the church all had to go laying hands on me. And then I began to fast. And I was fasting for 6 days. My fast was asking God that either fill me with the Holy Spirit or show me that I already was filled. Do you know I got saved on the Friday evening? On the Saturday evening they took me to the street for evangelism. I don't know if it was their planned program or they just didn't know what else to do. I was on the street. Handing out leaflets. But I had the leaflets in one hand and a cigarette in the other. And the deacon who was looking after me, he said, no, Cyril, go over there, finish the cigarette. And then come back. After I'd fasted for 6 days, we went to do evangelism. And the young pastor used to play the guitar and we would all sing. I was the only one who couldn't sing in tune. But they still let me sing. And when we finished singing, the pastor would say, "Now you speak." And when I stood forward to speak, the Holy Spirit was all over me. I was like this. And when I finished speaking, I heard the voice of God. And he told me he had filled me with his Spirit the day that he saved me. I don't think it normally happens that way, but that was my experience. But still, I didn't speak in tongues. Still, I had not spoken in tongues. So it was Sunday morning. And they used to have wonderful worship times. Or maybe it just seemed wonderful to me because I just been saved, I don't know. But as we were worshiping, I thought the assistant pastor had said something about counterfeit tongues. Counterfeit tongues. I thought he had talked about tongues that weren't from the Holy Spirit.
He was not speaking to the tongue, but or you was understanding him.
I hadn't spoken in tongues.
Okay.
I told God, I want tongues. But I want the real tongues. I don't want anything else but the real ones. And we were worshiping God. And I want to tell you from the day I got saved, when we were worshiping God, I would feel the Holy Spirit flow through me like waves of power. And as I was worshiping God, it's like something burst inside of me. And I began to speak in the heavenly language. And that heavenly languages have been with me ever since. I can pray in the Spirit at any time. I don't have to feel an anointing. It's in there. It's the Spirit of God. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Amen.
And when you're in trouble, and you need help, that's when you need tongues. When you were confronted with the demons, and the hairs on the back of your neck stand up, that's when you need the tongues. Because Jesus didn't say after the Holy Spirit comes upon you, you will speak in tongues.
Ježiš peniaz, pavada sa ro ducho zvede vlesklavla pred mende, bakerena le jazykenca.
But when you are, you do. When you receive, you do. He said to me, and he said to you, if you are truly saved, he said, go into all the world and preach the gospel. He said, those who believe and are baptized shall be saved. Those who believe not will be condemned. And this is where it comes in. He said, these signs shall follow those who believe. They shall cast their demons. They will speak with new languages. If they drink any deadly thing, it shall not harm them. Amen. I want to ask you, are you saved? Are you born again? Is everybody born again? If you're born again, wave at me. If you're born again, wave at me. If you didn't wave at me, I'm thinking you're not born again. So if you didn't wave at me, save me some time. How do you know that you're born again? Listen, if you're truly born again, nobody can tell you you're not born again. Somebody once said to me, I don't believe in Ciril, but I know you believe it. You see, when you have an experience with God, you are much more powerful than somebody that just has an argument. You know that you are born again. The pastor didn't need to tell me I was born again. The pastor didn't need to tell me I was born again. He said to me the day after, you know you're saved now, Ciril, don't you? I said, yes, of course I know. I felt my sin go. You know, I hate the devil. I hate him. And I'm not afraid of him. Because my Lord defeated him on the cross of Calvary.
Amen.
You know, when I've been saved just for a few weeks, I didn't realize that Satan can whisper in your ear. And you think what he whispers in your ear comes from your heart. That's what happened with Peter. Satan whispered in his ear. He tried to tell Jesus he couldn't go to the cross. What did Jesus say? Get behind me, Satan.
Jahed mandar Satan.
He wasn't calling Peter Satan.
Ale naučil nás Peter Satan.
He knew Satan and put that thought into Peter's ear.
O Ježiš nám nelás o Peter šundia zo hangos a domtlia zo di myšlenka te avo aneleskro ihla pali zo darek a nalomu.
And Satan spoke to me.
A o namačuva kelas kelese.
After I got saved.
Pavada sa spasil mensas.
He whispered in my ear.
A vlaza kanava kelas.
Something blasphemous about the Lord Jesus.
Bare su namaču palo Ježiš.
And I thought that it came from my own heart.
Ale šunio mu kanava zo da andal miruimu.
And I thought that you cannot think something like that.
Can you say again, please?
I thought I must go to hell. I did shed a few tears. I did cry. But first I got angry. And I said to Satan, you may have defeated me. But Jesus defeated you on the cross. And you are going to be cast into a lake of fire and burn forever. I went to church that night. And I told them what happened. And they gathered around me, laid hands on me and prayed. And you know what? God spoke to me again. This is probably the only 2 times that I really heard the voice of God. And it was Jesus speaking to me. He said to me, yes, Ciril.
Yes, áno, Ciril.
He is going to be cast into the lake of fire. And you, Ciril, will be with me when he is cast into the fire.
Hallelujah.
Beloved, I can preach for a very long time. I can preach for a long time. But when you preach with an interpreter, it takes twice as long. So I'm going to be thinking about you on a hot Sunday afternoon. There are some words that are missing from the modern gospel. You see, evangelium is the words are the anger of God. Hell.
Can you say again, please?
The word hell. Did you read in the Bible? If you count, Jesus spoke more times about hell than he did about heaven. When Jesus began to preach, can anybody remember what he preached? He preached the same thing that John the Baptist began to preach. He preached, repent, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Can anybody remember what Peter Peter preached on the day of Pentecost.
Však pamätíme da so Peter kazal nás o deň Ducha Svätého kanávľa zo Letnic.
He said, repent and be baptized.
Činite pokánie a dajte sa
and you will receive the Holy Spirit.
A prijímate Ducha Svätého.
Did you ever read Acts chapter 5 and verse 32?
Skutky 5 a verš 22.
Jesus, Peter said, we are witnesses of these things.
Peter povedal, že sme svedkovia to všetko, čo sme videli.
He was talking about all the things that Jesus did. And he said, so is the Holy Spirit. So is the Holy Spirit a witness of these things. And he went on to say, God gives the Holy Spirit to those who obey Him. I want to ask you, are you baptized in the Holy Spirit? Do you have the testimony of Jesus? Can you say, I am not ashamed of the gospel? Because I know it's the power of God unto salvation to everyone who believes. If you were, I'm closing. If you were to die today, would you go to heaven? If you say, yes, absolutely, I know that my sins are forgiven. I know Jesus is in my heart. And I know that for me to live is an opportunity to serve Jesus. But to die, that's even better. Because that is to go with Him. If you're young and it looks like your whole life is in front of you, I want to tell you something very surprising. I am now 72 years of age. And it seems like only yesterday that was like those young men at the back. And it has gone so quick. And you know what? Some of those young boys that sat in the school with me, they died many years ago. As far as I know, without Christ. The boy that I sat next to in school, he was killed on a motorbike when he was 16 years of age. You cannot put off and think that salvation is for older people. The greatest testimony is not to be an alcoholic and get saved. The greatest testimony is to give your life to Jesus. And live your life for Him. Be serious. Because the days we are living in, they are very, very short.
Odživesa sa väčšina zakana igen kratka.
One day very soon,
Jevživesa vol igen si.
a trumpet is going to sound.
Otáso trubinena.
And those of us that are in Christ
Olakoine ano Kristus zakoreníme.
will be caught up to meet the Lord in the air.
Enam vičimeno tedike na Ježiša no da Jevžives.
And because we will no longer be on earth.
A važodoj na ava bud prekadi puf.
No longer praying powerfully in the Holy Spirit. Because today our prayers are holding back the forces of darkness. The devil will have full control. And earth will be a horrible place.
A važodau da čas na vkezu na molina spozmara až vkeza no duchos
until the Lord Jesus comes back.
Až dokým kana avla Ježiš ale
and his feet again touch down on the Mount of Olives in Jerusalem.
Avla ve Jeruzalema pre
every eye shall see him come.
A to je ďagles dikela že národos.
Will you be ready?
A Saul pripravíme na Bavia da čas pripravíme.
If you're ready, you know that you're ready.
Te džane zo Saul pripravíme, tu džane zo Saul.
If you're not ready,
a te na Saul pripravíme,
you need to make it right with the Lord.
Tam portu che te hanno poco
if you've given your life to
Jesus,
and you've not received the full power of the Holy Spirit, you need to receive it. Just as you receive Jesus by faith, you receive the Holy Spirit by faith. You open your mouth, and God will fill it. And He will be with you and He will strengthen you. Beloved friend in Darwin, I preach to you as an old man. So I don't know if I'll see you again. So I preach to you like I am dying, and like as if you are dying. That it be your last chance to receive Jesus into your heart, to get filled with the Holy Spirit. You know my mother? Of course you don't. She was religious. Just a little bit. But she didn't know Jesus. And I used to preach to her. And when she'd had enough of my preaching, she would say, "Now son, can we get back to reality?" 2 or 3 days before she died, I'd spoken to her a few weeks before, and still she would not yield her stubborn heart. And on this day, I